Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Gordon Refshorgi. I'm the chair of the Hovells Creek Landcare Group, and it is my great pleasure to welcome the Member for Burrinjup, Minister for Primary Industries, Assistant Minister for Tourism and Major Events, the Honourable Katrina Hodgkinson. In my capacity as a Livestock Research Officer with New South Wales DPI at the Cowra Agricultural Research and Advisory Station, I have met the Minister twice previously, and I can say that we are indeed honoured to have the Minister's time and support to attend this launch. In 1995, 8 local families formed the Hovells Creek Landcare Group. Our range extends from near Wyangala to over the Burra River, from the Lachlan River up this way towards Reeds Flat and Frogmore. We currently have 51 members in the group. Our past activities have included electromagnetic surveys, salt action, perennial pasture establishment, soil and stream bank erosion, participating in workshops including farm planning, farm mapping software, ProGraze, ProGraze Plus, land scan and holistic management. We have a professional approach to the management of funded projects. We are all volunteers. We operate in the world of public liability and workplace health and safety. The proportion of funding received by our group that ends up as on-ground work is around 98%. No one can match what Landcare groups achieve, and in that light, it is surprising to see funding for Landcare reduced during this week's federal budget. There are always tight times in rural landscapes, and so we will keep rolling with the punches because we are committed and organised. The action plan being launched today is a remarkable achievement, led strongly by the dedication and motivation of Keith Hyde and Vanessa Kane. With this document, we have a roadmap for a coordinated and sensible approach to funding investment in appropriate land care. It brings into focus the reasons why we revegetate the space we choose and for what ecological or social purpose now and into the future. It is my great pleasure to welcome one and all to Reeds Flat to launch our action plan.
So I want to really thank Landcare for the work that it's done to date in making sure that we do have bush regeneration, we do have places for the migratory birds to stop on their way through. These things are really important. And before I read my speech, which I will in a moment, because it's nice to have one, I just wanted to say that I come from Yass, and we got involved with regenerating the bush around Valeview probably about, it would have been probably about the mid-80s. Up until that time it was very barren. We had a lot of trouble actually growing or rehabilitating any of the former timberland that would have been on Valeview. And with a bit of help from greening actually, and a bit of help from Landcare, we managed to regenerate quite a lot of the bush along the roadside there at Valeview on the Dog Trap Road, and that has actually now, 20 years later, it's actually looking fantastic. So the work that Landcare does is so grassroots. It really involves every member of the community, and I think it's very, very valuable for all of us. Actually, just talking about Burra Landcare, I went to the Burra show a few years ago, and there they were giving away a shrub for everybody that signed up. So my husband, of course, leapt to the stand and said, "Sign me up, please," and just to get the shrub. He's still a member, but it's really handy so I get the emails, so I know what's going on. But look, I know that, and I'm not going to get political today at all because I don't want to, but Gordon's mentioned the funding from the Commonwealth, and we've just had the budget brought down by the Commonwealth, and we know that Landcare funding is going to be eroded, and this new Green Army funding is going to be coming in. But we've got a really unique opportunity, I think, here for Landcare to form tighter partnerships with local land services. Local land services, of course, everybody in this room knows about, I'm sure. It's the amalgamation that started on the 1st of January this year between catchment management authorities and livestock health and pest authorities, and parts of the DPI. So, the Extension Office. So it is now operating very well, and Barry Gay is, where are you, Barry? Put your hand up. There you are. Barry Gay is here today. And Barry's on the board of the South East region of Local Land Services. So if you want more information about LLS, go and see Barry. But it's a true one-stop shop for regional service delivery in New South Wales. And instead of having fragmented agencies belonging to different departments, They're all come now under my Department of DPI, and Local Land Services going forward I think is a terrific organisation, able, very importantly, to form partnerships with different organisations as they go through as well. So Tom's here today from Tableland's farming systems, and Tom McGuinness, we launched that, a couple of months ago now, in Crookwell, able to form partnerships with Local Land Services. Landcare, I think, is really well suited to form partnerships with Local Land Services as well throughout New South Wales, because Landcare is the grassroots of that environmental management that we need to have in New South Wales. So I think it's quite exciting going forward. I think we should take, when we get a bit of a hit from a budget, and it's taxpayers' money, so we've got to expect it to be transferred from agencies. We can't really rely on it all the time. Let's make the most of the opportunity and move forward in partnership together so that we make sure that we keep this very vital service. So here I am, delighted to be with you to launch the action plan for habitat management of the western sector of the Kanangra Boyd to Wyangala bird migration corridor of the Great Eastern Ranges. I'm particularly delighted because this action plan and its development so far and its ongoing delivery demonstrates all the qualities of Landcare. These are promoting sustainable agriculture, protecting our natural resources, supporting agricultural production and engaging the community and stakeholders. The action plan encompasses habitat management, revegetation and vegetation enhancement, weed management, feral animals and cultural heritage. The project aims to enhance vegetation connectivity in order to adapt to future environmental threats, ensuring the long-term survival of many species, and this will be achieved by way of partnerships at the local level in collaboration on conservation actions. This action plan is a fantastic example of what Landcare is all about and what Landcare is indeed capable of delivering. It did not require laws, it did not require legislation or regulations to produce the plan, but what it had in abundance was the enthusiasm and passion of the Hovells Creek Landcare Group. This enthusiasm was supported by sponsorship from the Great Eastern Ranges Initiative and the involvement of the local community, local landholders and technical experts. And I certainly wish this community every success in implementing the K2W action plan. Can I just say a big, warm congratulations for putting this document together. It is a terrific initiative. It will be a Bible going forward and something that you will be able to reference continually as you move through this plan. And can I wish you every success, and can I also now officially launch it? So well done, everybody.
It's been a fantastic example of strategic planning, on-ground planning before implementation occurs. It's a really good way of doing things, I think. There's no point in trying to get money to do things in a scattergun approach. You're far better off doing a really well thought out planning exercise, and that's where this plan works really well.
I think it's fantastic what Hovells Creek have done. They've been able to harness the community's interest. They've got an amazing environment here that they're looking after. The migratory birds are going to be looked after for the next couple of centuries, I hope. It's fantastic that the Minister's here today to launch the project, and Local Landcare are really proud to be involved as well. So I wish Hovells Creek the best of luck.
I feel that it's quite important that Landcare groups have the opportunity to develop action plans to complement what the Great Eastern Ranges are doing, to help take ownership of the whole ecosystem processes. I feel it's really important to have that opportunity for them to get access to professional support to develop these plans, to then help either go for funding or at least help them do some on-ground works that will help improve the greater picture of what the Great Eastern Ranges are trying to achieve, and also to improve all the biodiversity assets that we've got in the Lachlan and the beautiful environment that we live in.
Well, I think the opportunities for the Landcare Group was to get involved in a big national project and make our small contribution in our region to the bigger picture, and particularly for those migratory birds that are moving north-south and east-west within Eastern Australia, and also to look at some of the bigger picture issues like weed control, feral animal management, and to work with a broader community, not just the Landcare Group, but all landholders within our area, and the public and private landholders, and the public agencies to achieve a common goal.